Brady Heseltine. They go to the crease. What a save by Connor Danko. Sliding across from his left to his right to make that unbelievable save. Welcome to the Meridian Center, of course. Spencer Tangway here to call today's game on C-Lax 2. We understand we had a few technical difficulties, but we welcome you right here now at the Meridian Center. The score 2-0 for the Niagara Lock Monsters if you're just joining us here on C-Lax 2. Our first penalty of the game is coming, and it's the laid penalty coming against the Lock Monsters. That's Mitch Dumont. With the ball, Corbett goes to the crease. Danko once again making another save and keeping this 2-goal lead. So the penalty's coming against the Niagara Lock Monsters, and it is Mitch Dumont heading to the box. Dumont, he'll take his first penalty, and that'll be our first penalty of the game, sending the Cyclops power play, the deadly power play, to work. On this power play, they have key players like Dan Keene, Jordan Dance. Matt Spanger sometimes plays work. They have DiFrancesco down low in the far corner, and Corbett up top left. Right down low to DiFrancesco. Heseltine's on the other crease. Here's Dan Keene. Keene to Heseltine. Danko stays right where he belongs and makes the save. Picked up by the Lock Monsters, and they're coming back 2-on-2. Settling it down now. Niagara trying to kill off 2 minutes. They have 20 left on the shot clock. With possession, that's Reed. Reed gets it swung out of his stick, and Brady Heseltine had possession, but Reed's there to pick it up, along with Brooker Muir. Muir gets possession. Full reset now, and Muir running behind the net of Craig Wendy. Muir leaves it for Reed. Dustin Gadd coming in on the penalty kill now. They have 15 seconds left to kill. With possession for the Lock Monsters, that's John Arnold. Arnold being bothered by Dan Keene. Gets sent to the ground. Brooker Muir there to try and pick it up. He's sent to the ground as well. Dustin Gadd also in there. Still possession. They have 2 to kill, and they're going to do a great job killing full 30 seconds of the penalty against number 33 and Mitch Dumont. So now Niagara needs to get back on defense. We've played 10 minutes and 5 seconds of this opening quarter. The score 2-0 Niagara. Power play in favor of Southwest. They fake for Dan Keene, and now they dish it off to him. Bounce shot wide off the glass, and that's going to stay in. Almost went into the spectator area here at the Meridian Center. But now Niagara takes over on possession. 30 seconds remaining in the minor penalty to Dumont. So there's a confusion of where the ball will start, and Niagara actually gets in better prime position way deep in the southwest end. Brooker Muir, number 58, he's trying to keep control of the ball. He's being shoved off. Helmet jumped off the Southwest player. He picks it up and just goes right back after it. Excellent job here by the Niagara Lock Monsters, killing off this penalty as their netminder, Connor Danko, banging his stick on his pads, letting him know that the penalty is almost about to expire, and they're actually drawing another penalty. Excellent work for the Niagara Lock Monsters there to draw a penalty. And now Southwest heads to the box. So we'll play a minute and 59 power play opportunity for the Niagara Lock Monsters and a second of 4-on-4 as Dumont is about to leave the penalty box in 1 second. So now we'll get a look at the Niagara Lock Monsters power play. But for a second, they're going to have to only send on 4 on the floor. And now they're able to send out 5 as heading onto the floor is Dumont. Here's Brendan Thinehouse. Thinehouse with the ball, just waiting, and they're going to settle down. Thinehouse gives it to the strong side, and now he gets it back up top. Slade. They wait for it down the near corner. Slade gets it back. Shot. Wendy, though, right there once again and controlling all his rebounds so far here in the opening quarter. Penalties expired. Both teams 0 for 1 with the man advantage as Dan Keene, number 77, one of the better players for the Southwest Cyclops, gets a shot off, but Danko made the better pad save. Back up the floor, Favero. Here's Favero. Gets it down low. Transitional break for the Lock Monsters on the crease, and they score. Craig England makes it 3-0, and that's his second goal of the game. A picture-perfect transitional goal for the Niagara Lock Monsters, and it started on the back end with a great save from the pad of Connor Danko. And 200 feet away, they score right on the crease. Take a look here. Craig England just opening up the 5-hole of Wendy. And when they do that, bad things happen for goaltenders. So the score 3-0 now in favor of the Niagara Lock Monsters. Good crowd here on hand. All sitting on the camera side, though, which is unfortunate for the viewers at home because it looks like there's not many people in the building. But a great crowd here at the Meridian Center. Reed gets it up top. Welcome inside the Meridian Center. A few technical difficulties, but we're here to bring you the game coverage from today's C-Lax regular season game. And now a penalty coming, the second minor penalty coming against the Southwest Cyclops, which will send the Niagara Lock Monsters power play unit back to the floor for the second time. Niagara 0 for 1 with the man advantage, where in Southwest on Friday night they were absolutely deadly. It was Brendan Thinehouse who actually got the first 2 goals, both on the power play, both outside blast, and he's right back where he belongs, up top, and he looks to shoot the ball. He's the right-handed shot. Watch for 18 up top on the power play. Here's Slade. Thinehouse gets it down low to Slade, and they score. What an individual goal, but an excellent passing play. It started with Thinehouse to the crease and over to Slade to Barry. And when that happens, it's 4-0 for the Niagara Lock Monsters. What an excellent goal for Niagara to really make this a blowout game right now here in the opening quarter. There's Thinehouse up top. Watch it here. Just an excellent passing play to get Slade wide open on the crease. And now 4-0 for the hometown Lock Monsters. Power play goals. We're under 60 seconds. Another penalty coming, and it's going against Southwest. Danko to the bench, 6-on-5 opportunity. Head coach Tony Carvello is absolutely going nuts on John Watson, the official in front of the Southwest bench. Today's officials are John Zabo, the crew chief, with Neil McDonald and John Watson. So now a couple of players getting involved with some pushing and shoving, but a penalty's coming, and it's going against the Southwest Cyclops. So with that penalty, we'll get you another look at the penalty as the penalized player, the captain, Matt Spanger, goes off. And I believe it's either a holding or high stick call coming from the crew chief, John Zabo. And actually, it looks like he's giving him a 4-minute double minor. We'll keep you updated on that, but here it is right here. All these players started in the back. And when they came together, the tensions flared up a bit, but no, it's just going to be a 2-minute penalty against Matt Spanger, the captain for Southwest. So this is Niagara's third look. They're 1 for 2 on the power play. Great goal from Slade just a couple of minutes ago. Slade's back up top now, and here's Thinehouse. Quarterback in the power play. He likes to shoot, gets it to Slade, though, on the near corner for Favero. Fowler circling the net. He's on the crease now. Thinehouse wants it, gets it down low. Favero the shot. Wendy didn't cheat and made the save. He picks it back up, and he steps in his crease. That pass intended for Daly out of the reach. Niagara coming back 3-on-2. Gets it across. Back to Daly. Couldn't connect, and Slade almost had an empty net again. Here's Daly, number 27 for the Cyclops. Carrying it out of the zone. They go to the far side and settling it down in the PK as the time expires. The end of the opening quarter, the score. Lock Monsters 4 and the Southwest Cyclops nothing. So we'll get you the shots on goal here as the public address announcer Rod Mahood announces them. So Niagara leads the shots on goal category 12-10 after the opening 15 minutes. We'll step aside and we'll have live second quarter action right after this. Couple of opening quarter highlights here as we see a great save from Wendy, but now back to the Niagara Lock Monsters coming the other way. And when they open Wendy up, they're able to score, and they've had 4 goals in the opening quarter. Lock Monsters, a picture-perfect start to today's game. They're up 4-0 here at home in the Meridian Center in their home opener in front of a great crowd here in St. Catharines. Lock Monsters win the opening draw of the second quarter, and now they do the hidden ball trick. And the ball's up top with Favero. Up top now to Finehouse. They get it back down low to Favero. Fowler's on the near side. They go to cross the crease. Wendy with the big save. And now they get it back down top. They go to crease dive, but Wendy sprawling across and making that save. And now it's back up top, coming out of the zone, picked up by the Lock Monsters. With possession. Long blast. That's off the far glass and picked up by Corbett. Southwest getting a full change. Corbett, he's the only Cyclops in the Lock Monster defensive zone. They're still on the penalty kill. 30 seconds remaining in the minor penalty to Matt Spanger. If you're just joining us here on C-Lax 2, the score, Lock Monsters 4, Cyclops nothing. There's a behind the back try. Doesn't work. Shot clock is going to be reset as they said that hit Connor Danko. But now Niagara picks up and they'll get full possession and a full 30 on the power play. Here's Phil Caputo. Caputo behind the back connection, and now it's in control of the Lock Monsters. Tim Edwards is wearing 66 this afternoon. He wore 88 on Friday as Matt Spanger's out of the box for the Cyclops. So a couple of jersey changes as there was a few transactions happening this past week for the Lock Monsters, including this morning. They get another chance, but a better save from Craig Wendy. One other game happening today, and it's at the Barry Molson Center, and that is the Ohsweken Demons traveling to Barry to play the Barry Blizzard, the defending champions of the C-Lax League. Ball's up top now. 5-on-5 lacrosse. Southwest still trying to beat Danko for the first time this afternoon. McGregor gets it to the corner. Here's Curran. They go across the crease. Danko stands his ground and makes the save. Here's Robertson. Robertson took that pass from Danko, and now he swim moves over. It's a 2-on-1 to the crease. That pass just over the head of Brad Favero. Southwest coming back the other way. Fast-paced lacrosse here in the second quarter. Still 4-0 though. Ball's down low. They get it up top. All the way up top now to Jordan Dance, the left-handed blast. He really likes to shoot as he shoots there. Danko well out of his crease to cut down the angle. That one was picked up by Neufeld, but he trips, and now they get it back the other way. DiFrancesco tried to get it in, but Danko there. Good thing DiFrancesco didn't get a full shot off as he almost fanned on it. You could call it a fanned one-timer in hockey. Now Southwest with control. 25 on the shot clock. With possession, that is Reed Board. They get it across. DiFrancesco. Down low. East-west pass. Back up to DiFrancesco, the blast. Danko going down to make that save. Connor Danko lights out so far here at the Meridian Center in the second quarter. Ball's up to Mitch Dumont. Dumont already penalized once in today's game. Just flips it behind the back, and now it's in the stick of Jordan Houtby. Dumont. The connecting pass to go to the far side. They get it back. Up top. Here's England. England goes to the net hard, and he scores. Craig England makes it 5-0 Niagara, and that's absolutely an individual perfection goal for the Niagara Lock Monsters. Craig England is one of those players that utilizes his size and speed so well, as we'll take another look when he cuts to the middle. Watch Craig England here, 88. He's at the top of your screen. Individual effort, breaks through 3 Cyclops players and stretches Wendy out to go to the far side. An excellent goal by Craig England to beat Wendy. And now it's 5-0 for the hometown Lock Monsters. Still trying to battle for the ball. Brooker Muir gets sent to the floor, and it's picked up by Southwest. They give it to the goaltender, Wendy. Wendy just gives it up to Patrick Miles, and now Southwest back the other way. Here's Bryden Curran. Curran spinning away from Dustin Gatt. Gives it to the player coming off the bench, and that was Jordan Dance, but that was no good. Right into the stick of Connor Danko. Danko connects with Reed. Reed, who wears number 17 Played for the Welland Warlords as well with Danko back in their Junior B careers. Welland was one of the few teams that almost beat the Six Nations Rebels when they played at the Gaylord Palace. They lost 8-7 in Game 5 as Niagara almost scored again. The ball went in, but crease is the call, so the goal is waved off immediately. And now, looks like there's a player in the net for the Niagara Lock Monsters, as I believe that was Reed who gets us up to his feet. So we'll take another look. Watch this. They go right hard to the net here. Watch the feet of the crease, and yep, he's in the crease before the ball's in the net. So that's an automatic no goal and a penalty coming against the Niagara Lock Monsters, and it's 66, Tim Edwards. So after Edwards went hard to the net, they're calling him for goaltender interference. That penalty coming at the 4:18 mark of the second quarter. Power play opportunity now for the Southwest Cyclops, something they haven't had too many of. The Niagara Lock Monsters going 2 for 3 already this afternoon. Southwest 0 for 1. So they have it up top. Dan Keene is the quarterback of this power play and the quarterback of this offense with Jordan Dance. They're playing catch. Keene, he looks to wind and fire. Danko just goes up big to his top right and makes the save. Danko, long stretch pass, utilizing this breakout pass, connects, and now they're able to set up on this penalty kill. Niagara has a good 4 on the floor to really try to kill off the remainder of this 10 seconds on the shot clock. The minor penalty coming against Tim Edwards for goaltender interference. For some reason, the clock is stopped, and now we're back underway. Not sure what the whistle was for, but Southwest has the ball. Dan Keene gets it down low to DiFrancesco. DiFrancesco up to Dance. Niagara in the box formation on the penalty kill. There's a shot. Danko making the save, and he is really finding his groove now. The pass right up, and now with possession, Mitch Dumont coming in. Mitch Dumont scores! Mitch Dumont buries, and the Niagara Lock Monsters are now up 6-0 here at the Meridian Center. Connor Danko will get an apple on that one, just to prove how well he's been playing. We'll take another look at that last goal here. It all started in the back end with Danko making the save, and then Dumont dancing right around the crease to go 5-hole on Craig Wendy. And you almost got to think a goaltending change may be coming any moment now for the Southwest Cyclops, as it's been all Niagara Lock Monsters here. The score 6-0 in favor of the hometown Lock Monsters. So the captain, Mitch Dumont, gets the goal for the Lock Monsters, and now Southwest setting up. Here's DiFrancesco. A note, Southwest was the hometown winner on Friday night against the Lock Monsters, as they get a quick change here. Down low to the crease. Lock Monsters put up nearly 15 goals in that contest. They get it down low to the crease. Couldn't connect. 3 on the shot clock. They need a shot. There's a shot, but Danko just goes down in the butterfly to make the save. Danko behind the back to Arnold. 9 minutes exactly remaining here in the second quarter. Spencer Tangway here to call today's game with the rest of the JVI Sports Network broadcast crew here on C-Lax 2. Battling for it, McGregor for Southwest sends the Lock Monster player to the ground, and Southwest has a little step on Niagara. Back the other way, they're coming 2-on-3, now 4-on-3 as 4 players for Southwest finally joining the rush. We're back to 5-on-5. Ball up top, Dan Keene. McGregor going for a change. Long blast, blocked by the stick of Dumont. They have 8 on the clock. They look to the middle. Dance, trying to go behind the back, but Danko saw that all the way and makes the save. The crowd appreciating the work from Connor Danko here at the Meridian Center, and now Fowler has it. The leading goal scorer, Corey Fowler, 11 points in 2 games. Dishes it off to Edwards, who already had 1 this afternoon. Down low to the crease. 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Back up top, Zach Reed. Reed through England to the far side. Brooker Muir. Muir, he spins around. Dustin Gatnow. Blast. Blocked. No time on the shot clock. Niagara just gets it all the way back to Craig Wendy. We'll try to get you caught up with out-of-town scoreboard action, and we'll try to bring you live inside the Barry Molson Center in a few minutes when we step aside for our officials timeout, but right now it's 6-0 for the Lock Monsters. Daly coming in, and Danko once again makes the save. Up top, here's Tim Edwards. 2-on-2 back the other way comes Niagara. Edwards pulling out and settling it down on offense. Edwards to the near side. Now it's Brendan Thinehouse. Thinehouse trying to really just go to the net here and drag some offense. Looks to shoot. Bouncer, better save from Wendy off the left pad. And now, very sloppy pass is now, that could have been picked up on Niagara, but they can't pick it up either off the turf. Southwest coming in on a one-on-one. With possession, it's Dan Keene, who waits for more Southwest players to come. Now it's to the far side. Dance makes the save. Rebound. Connor Danko just couldn't get the second chance. He made the first one, but now it's Jordan Dance who scores and makes it a 6-1 lead for the Niagara Lock Monsters. What a goal from Southwest. They had a pressure, and he almost felt that goal was coming, as we'll take another look. Right here, it's Jordan Dance going to the net. Danko makes the first save. Dance picks up his own rebound, and as he's throwing it, he gets hit. And Niagara is getting penalized for that hit on the goal. So it's 5-on-4 now for 2 minutes, as the Southwest power play is 0 for 2 tonight. Goes back to work on their third opportunity. The penalized player for Niagara is Brendan Thinehouse. 6:46 to go here in the second quarter. 6-1, and Southwest just got their opening goal of today's game. They do the hidden ball trick. It stays up top, though. And that's Dan Keene. The right-handed shot goes to DiFrancesco. DiFrancesco, is on the crease here. They fend that through him, and now he's got it. DiFrancesco to Dance. That's off the stick of the defender for the Lock Monsters. Long blast off the wall. Picked up now, and here comes Niagara's Jordan Houtby. Houtby with some time looks to go far side, and he just pulls it out. Trying to draw a holding call, but every official keeps their arm down. No call coming. 15 seconds on the shot clock. They get a full 30 now, as the referee, John Zabo, who is today's crew chief, elects to give him a full reset. 5:50 to go. That pass intended for Reed. Reed, who finds the loose ball, couldn't get a great shot off, as Craig Wendy was there to read that all the way. Interesting decision to start Craig Wendy, his first start of the C-Lax campaign. Two really good goaltenders as well on the bench for the Southwest Cyclops, as Jordan Dance puts his second one of the game in and makes it a 6-2 lead for the Niagara Lock Monsters. Jordan Dance, second one of the game. We'll take a peek at how he got open so quickly on the offensive look. 13, he's on the left side of your screen. He just fakes the shot, gets it up top, and Danko was still looking for the outside shot up top. Gets beat on his far side, right over the right shoulder. So now the deficit for Southwest is only 4. And Edwards and Corbett go to the draw. Once again, this is that big matchup on the draw for Niagara and Southwest. This time, it's won back by Southwest, who's found a little bit of light and a little bit of spark. Niagara trying to find it, a race for it. Corey Fowler on the foot race. Fowler picks it up. Individual pass. What a nifty little move by Fowler. Smart lacrosse to pick that up and just dish it off with one hand. It's unfortunate, though, that Brad Favero couldn't put it home. Back comes Southwest. Very fast-paced lacrosse now. It's the fastest game on 2 feet, of course. As there's 17 on the shot clock, they couldn't get it to number 48. That's McGregor for the Cyclops. Back comes the purple Niagara Lock Monsters. Twist shot, beats Wendy, but it couldn't beat the post. Picked up the rebound. No, Niagara has it. That's kept in, and now with possession, they get it across. Nico Baudouin, the left-handed shot, gets it to the near side. Baudouin gets it back up top. Goes to the far side. Through the middle. They deke and they score. Niagara opening up the 5-hole, and Phil Caputo this time puts it home for the Lock Monsters. Great offense there for the Niagara Lock Monsters from east to west, north to south. They own that floor. As we'll take another look. That one came, Phil Caputo's goal. Opened up the pick and roll opportunity, and he just once again opens up the 5-hole on Craig Wendy. Niagara regains that 5-goal lead. It was 5-0, then 6-0 Niagara. 6-2, and now it's 7-2 for Niagara as we have 4 minutes and 23 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Ball to the far side. We're still awaiting our TV timeout as we have a lot of goals. Danko makes the save. So next dead ball that's not a goal will take a pause and we'll get you a TV timeout. As Reed has it, and they go to the far side. Back up to Zach Reed. Reed just stopping and looking for some space and finds the open player. They went through Arnold, back up to Reed. Now with it, number 22 for the Lock Monsters, Brandon Slade. Back up to Reed. Zach Reed only 3 on the shot clock. Goes to the near side. Better save from Craig Wendy as that was a late shot from the Niagara Lock Monsters. So there is our timeout. So the score 7-2 in favor of the Niagara Lock Monsters here at the Meridian Center. One other game happening in Ontario in the Canadian Lacrosse League. It is from Barrie. We'll send it to Matthew Carrick and the broadcast team at the Barrie Molson Center.
Almost literally has the ankles broken as he falls. Oh, how many moves was that from Blue Hill? Missed one earlier, and yeah, James is limping off the floor, goes straight to the trainer, grimace on the face, in behind that beard, as we'll keep our eye on the captain. That move right there that drops James, and coming to the near side, oh, beautiful finish from Blue Hill. Gillen back to the face-off dot against Jacobs, and again, Jacobs runs away with it, but without the ball. Here comes Scott. Rudy George on him. Looked like McLeod cutting through, couldn't find him. Gillen still with it. Lifts that one high over top of the net. As McLeod goes back to play for it, and crease violation here against Barrie. So under 10 to play now. It's a 5-goal lead for the Oswego Demons.
Back inside the Meridian Center. Thanks, Matt, for that live update from the Barrie Molson Center. Of course, it's the Oswego Demons, the Barrie Blizzard, in the battle of what was last year's championship game right back at the Barrie Molson Center. The Blizzard, of course, were able to raise their championship banner today at the Molson Center. As now, Niagara gets it back. We are under 3.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Thanks for tuning in. Spencer Tangway here to call today's game on C-Lax TV2. Niagara gets the ball in the middle now. That one actually tipped off the Niagara player and there to pick it up. Niagara has possession here on the near side. 5 on the clock. Long blast off the stick of Phil Caputo. And Niagara will just get it in deep and get a full 30 for Southwest, allowing Niagara to get back on defense. Here come the Cyclops. Cyclops go to the bench side. Daly's up top, and now they get it through number 13, Jordan Dance. Dance has both goals so far for the Cyclops as Phil Caputo gets it up to Nico Baudouin. Here comes Nico Baudouin. The shot across. That one well wide. Right to the bench, though, off the dasher board. 17 on the clock. Baudouin goes for a change, and he just gives it off. And now Brendan Thainhouse. He looks to shoot. He's got 2 goals so far in his campaign this year. Both were the opening goals, 1 and 2 in Southwest, both power play markers on outside blast at the Cyclops Community Center. Picked up by Fowler. Fowler now coming across half as we have 2 minutes exactly remaining here in the first half. Ball to the far side. That is Favero. Favero, he connects with number 22, Brendan Slade. Slade trying to shove it back. Down to the corner. Nifty give and go off the seal. Picked up, though, by Favero. 3 on the clock. There's a shot. As they were having shot clock issues here at the Meridian Center. And now they're trying to figure out what is going on with the shot clock as they're going to figure out what's the problem here on the field. But we do know there is 1 minute and 30 seconds left, and the turf here at the Meridian Center having a few problems. I'm sure they'll try to fix that issue. Maybe they'll get some tape and try to fix the issue here at the Meridian Center. But as we send it to halftime with just over 90 seconds remaining, 92 to be exact here in the first half, a couple of key transactions from the Niagara Lock Monsters. Doug Bucket no longer on the team, the draft pick from Saskatchewan, sent back to play here in Niagara, but has been released from the Lock Monsters today. They picked up Josh Priest and Zach Bowen, also on the Niagara Lock Monsters roster now. So a goaltending change for the Niagara Lock Monsters, but Connor Danko, their starter, has been absolutely lights out so far, as now Niagara's back the other way. Craig England comes a shot. Better save from Craig Wendy as he found that path all the way. Now it's up. Here's Southwest with it. Dan Keene, 22 on the clock. Exactly 1:03 remaining here in the second quarter. Keene to DiFrancesco. DiFrancesco looks to shoot. Finding a lane. Danko's, though, well out of his crease to make that save. And he's got possession. Danko looks to find Reed. Reed, it's a foot race now. He's being bothered by Heseltine. Reed the shot. Better pad save off the left leg of Craig Wendy. Back comes the Niagara Lock Monsters. 23 on the shot clock. 38 on the game clock. Better save by Danko. Rebound picked up by Curran. That one's wide, as Danko almost made that save as well. Here's Jordan Outby. Outby, the St. Catharines Athletic, tried to stretch that up to Coyle, but it's just out of the reach, and Wendy's out of his crease to pick it up. With that, the Southwest Cyclops will take a 30-second timeout with 22.7 to go here into the first half from the Meridian Center. This is one of those timeouts that they can draw up their final shot, as with just 22 seconds left on the game clock, the shot clocks will be turned off, and they'll get the ball deep in their own end, as they called it with Wendy in control, stepping out of his nest. So Corey Fowler, one of those players to watch. He had 6 goals, 5 assists, and 11 points already in 2 games in this campaign. He has been absolutely one of those Niagara players that is trying to put up another career season here at the Meridian Center. And he played an excellent summer ball campaign, and he's doing it again so far here in this 2016 C-Lax season. Phil Caputo, also one of those players to watch. He's got 5 points, but he's on the second power play unit, so when he's out there, the ball usually goes through him on the far side, and when they do, they cycle it to the strong side. Niagara really doing a good job keeping this game at a 5-goal lead, 7-2 the score, and Niagara really, not like Southwest where I see Dan Keene and Jordan Dance trying to be on the floor as much as possible, and that who is on the floor right now, they started with Dan Keene. But Niagara, as I mentioned, they really get a lot of players looking on the offensive side of the ball as you go through a lot of players. Dan Keene and Jordan Dance are the two for the Southwest Cyclops. They get it to the middle. Dan Keene trying to find the rebound. Niagara gets it back. They got 5 on the clock. The net is empty. Reed has it, trying to find it, and he misses and shoots wide. That would have been an 8-2 lead, but Reed just shot it wide and will not count on the goal. So 7-2 the score here at the Meridian Center. We'll be back in 15 short minutes, but for now, we'll send it to Barrie at the Barrie Molson Center with Matthew Carrick and the broadcast team with the Barrie Blizzard Ohsweken Demon game.
It was the best and worst of shot. Roberts making the save on Rudy George, but George gets his own rebound and quickly goes up for Blue Hill. Hill has been feisty here in this one. This one bounces for Rudy George now. George around the screen from Blue Hill. That one goes up into the screening. And it goes off Neil Roberts saw the pass to the man behind the net, intercepted by Neil Roberts. And Barrie, as they work it up, will make a change and turn it into a 3-on-2. Seabolks backpedaling away, passes it straight to Bissell. And this should be good. One of the best offensive players, one of the best defensive players, one-on-one, Atwood and Boucher. And he won't let us see the matchup as he rolls it away for Luke Smith. Back for Atwood, though. Boucher was still on him as he went to the net. It did hit off Roberts, and the bench of the Demons wants him to hold things up here. Atwood not going to oblige as he shoots it high off the back glass. Oh, no goal in the crease as he came down, and he's right in the face of the official. I think that is the right call, though, as when he was in the air, and the conversation continues. Here's Teeter. Teeter, a sidearm swipe as the penalty box door is open and empty, and that will be the officials' timeout. We'll take a quick break. Demons are rolling here, doubling up the blizzard. They whistle play in, and the Demons will start to work down the floor, led by Mo Bissell as he takes a huge chop. Eight-goal run now for the Barrie Blizzard, for the Oswego Demons. Barrie is 15 seconds away from going an entire quarter without scoring. It was the 3:55 to play mark of quarter number 3. Or number 1 rather, as Caravello takes the shot, and that would have been it, as they will right now match the 15-minute goalless drought. Here's the shot from Bissell that Roberts turns away. Roach with a man all over him. We'll see who gets the penalty here, and it is going to be Bissell for holding, as Roach just shrugged him off and like a dirty sock threw him to the floor. As here's Dustin Caravello with the shot in the goal. Some beast mode work from Tyler Roach just outside the defensive restraining line. 3:37. About 18 seconds longer than an entire quarter to end that drought. 8 straight for the Oswego Demons, and 10 of the last 11 goals, a 10-1 run after it was 5-2. We'll see if Barrie can get some momentum here, as effectively a 4-on-4. Boucher marking his man down the floor, as Maudsley got a little close. He's called for being in the crease for the knock there on Chase Martin. Don't believe there was any intent there, just got feet tangled up. As Boucher and Atwood marked against each other again. Atwood sets the pick on Cody McLeod and now rolls off it. Boucher trailing him as the shot comes from Becker. In for Neil Roberts. Makes the save, works to the far side of the floor. As I believe that's, Seabalks or McLeod, one of the two anyways, running off for the change. Here's Wiles, takes the shot. Oh, didn't miss the side by much. May have hit the glove. And trying the Josh Donaldson dive play was Caravello. That one just bounces high. It goes off the glass in behind the Barrie bench. So the Demons work in. First shot was wide. Mo Bissell now on the second attempt. Dumps it for Becker. Becker over the shoulder for Bissell. This one off the backboards. That's going to hit the rafters here. Low for a building this side. It is a lower rafter and definitely a lower scoreboard as they've got screening in front of it on either side. As we've seen some teams, usually Durham gets caught by that as they have that huge cavern to play out of out in Oshawa, the General Motors Center. After today, the Oswegan Demons have all their travel games taken care of. They do have away games. Oh, Martin again making a save. As Mouse Henry said, he's been good in this building. How about that for prophetic? Here's Ian Martin with the shot and taken down possibly from behind after the play. Martin still down in the crease, and I think it's Johnny Ray getting the call for cross-checking. Martin, I think it's just the rug burn, as he's paying a lot of attention to that right leg area. And now the Demons will burn their timeout. Minute 30 to go before halftime. We need to send a word of apology out to the Barrie Minor Lacrosse Association. We had an interview with their under 17 D Division Field Lacrosse Provincial Champions, which we were unable to get loaded in time to play here. We had some technical difficulties in our booth, but we will try and get that for you. A couple players. And one of their presidents were up here in the booth with us talking about their program and the impact the Barrie Blizzard have had on Barrie lacrosse. And if you're in the Barrie area, Barrie Minor Lacrosse.com to go sign up. I know a lot of minor programs all over Ontario are now undergoing registration, so if you're of age to play, check out your local program. They would love to have you, and even if you're not, please continue to support minor lacrosse in Ontario or wherever you're watching worldwide as we broadcast to the masses from Barrie, Ontario. Interception here from Spencer James. Remember, timeout is gone from Brad MacArthur as Atwood is limping off in behind the play. Boucher down with him. And some great work in the corner for Rob Koger. He looks up for the score clock. 53 seconds now on it as he tries to beat the double team. Ball stripped by Blue Hill. Blue Hill, Kenny Aaron go after Koger. Koger still in with it, trying to use the feet. And it's a triple team now as Ian Martin comes in to help out. Chase Martin wants some of the action as Barrie offering Koger no help and no support. It is pulled out though here by Kenny Aaron. 24 seconds on the clock and 19. There's a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, so this won't be officially last possession. They'll leave Chase Martin in the net. 10 on it now as Bissell goes to the far side. No Atwood on this set as we saw him limp off earlier. Here's Blue Hill. That one reset the 30 so they can end the period here. But racing after it, we'll see what Crawford can do. Can't catch up. And Ian Martin faked like he was going to lay him out. But it won't happen this time. How about the first half for the Oswegan Demons? The Blizzard came out guns blazing. Chase Martin leading his teammates here with a great first half performance after a bit of a shaky start. And how about 5 goals for Chris Atwood? 15-minute timeout from the Barry Molson Center. Conversation time in the rooms. We'll be back. You're watching C-Lax action from Barry.
Back inside the Meridian Center. We're almost set for third quarter action, but be sure to tweet us who you think will be today's 3 stars of today's game. The hometown Niagara Lock Monsters have a 7-2 lead here at the Meridian Center at halftime, but there's a couple of players who caught my eye for the Lock Monsters and for the Southwest Cyclops, so be sure to tweet them to us at JVI Video, and we'll make sure we'll get your voice heard later on in today's broadcast. The Niagara Lock Monsters making their way back onto the turf here at the Meridian Center, led by Connor Danko, who's been absolutely lights out so far for Niagara, stopping 23 shots so far that came his way. Only 2 have gone by him. And on the other side, Craig Wendy in company of the Southwest Cyclops, 7 goals against him. The score 7-2 in favor of the Niagara Lock Monsters, also known as the Sea Beasts, here from the Niagara region. We thank you for tuning in to C-Lax TV2. Spencer Tangway, alongside the rest of the broadcast team here at the Meridian Center, to call today's game on C-Lax 1 this afternoon. They're also at halftime now. It's the Barrie Blizzard hosting the Oswegan Demons. That game is at the Barrie Molson Center with Matthew Carrick there to call that one. So we get you set for the live third quarter action here from the Meridian Center. Niagara this time will be running from right to left across your screen. And the Southwest Cyclops going from left to right. Niagara wearing their purple with white trim and numbering, while Southwest is in their red with green numbering and green trim. So we're almost set for the dot. We're almost set for live third quarter action here. And Edwards is going to the draw against Pat Corbett. We're just getting set as the officials are confirming with the timekeeper that we're set for third quarter action, and we are. The whistle's blown and we're underway. Back here at the Meridian Center, face-off violation. Possession goes in favor of the Niagara Lock Monsters. Dustin Gatt heads off for a change. Edwards has control, and he gets around Bryden Curran. Here we go. Edwards going to the net hard. He just pulls off as Curran's there to pressure. Edwards gets it now up top to Nico Baudouin. Baudouin gives it to the near side. Caputo couldn't control, and Bryden Curran has it. Curran gets sent to the turf, picked up now, and Phil Caputo has it. A fight is happening on the turf in the back as the officials, Neil McDonald, are there right away to break it up. As we'll take a look at what happened there. Curran and Edwards, I believe. No, excuse me. It's Curran and Thinehouse who got tangled up on the back behind the play, and they're each going to go off, I'm sure, maybe just roughing minors, nothing more. As they'll go into the box, say a few words to each other, and we'll play 4-on-4 lacrosse. 30 seconds gone by here at the Meridian Center. The penalties, of course, just roughing minors as they're heading up on the board. Take another look right here in the back. 18 and 66. They're just pushing and shoving, and they're kind of a wrestling match there on the turf as Thinehouse and Curran just get shoveled up there, and now possession awarded to the Niagara Lock Monsters. So now, 4-on-4 lacrosse for a full 2 minutes. Caputo, he has it. Sends it to the far side. They send it right back up top. Niagara setting up on this 4-on-4 opportunity to the far side. Dishing it to the middle. Caputo couldn't catch it. Now he's sent to the ground. Southwest picking it up. Miles is at half all alone. It's a foot race, 1-on-1. Back is Nico Baudouin. Baudouin pushes the Southwest Cyclops player right into the net, but Danko made the save. So Miles hard into the net, and he's actually getting a penalty. Miles is going off for goaltender interference. An interesting call as he was going hard to the net. I don't know if that's the right call by the official, John Watson. We'll take a look here. Miles was wide open. You tell me, did he go right after Connor Danko? Danko went down, but it looked like he tried to avoid him and just take out the net. So the officials are going to say, though, goaltender interference against Miles. So with that, a power play coming for the Niagara Lock Monsters one more time. He gets hit, but then he takes out the net himself. Danko, of course, went down to make the save. So with that, a minor penalty coming against Southwest, number 20, Patrick Miles. And it's a minor penalty for goaltender interference. 4-on-3 look now for the Niagara Lock Monsters, the first time this game. Fowler to Slade, back to Fowler to the crease. They couldn't connect. Picking it up now, it's Jordan Robertson. Robertson gets it to Slade. Up top to Fowler to Robertson, cross crease, hits the post. What an effort, though, but they hit the post, and now it's back up to Slade. Brandon Slade up to Fowler. Fowler down low to the crease. Caputo, he tried to go far side. Better stick save. 4-on-3 lacrosse, very fast pace. Quick ball movement from Niagara. They control, and now it's Jordan Robertson. Robertson up top to Fowler. Fowler, the shot, he scores! Went short side, and that one beats the goaltender. 8-2 Niagara. A power play marker for the Niagara Lock Monsters, and now the lead is 6 once again. Watch this right here. A power play 4-on-3 goal for the Niagara Lock Monsters. They beat that man right there in the goaltender of Craig Wendy. They beat him on the short side. Here's the look for you. They go to the far side, but once they do that, they're spreading the floor nicely, and they just get an open lane to shoot. And it's a great look from Fowler, which that will be his 7th goal of the season. And we'll get a full tally on points for you after today's game. So Corey Fowler, the goal scorer, and now it's an 8-2 lead for Niagara. 4-on-3 lacrosse remains. back to 4-on-4 lacrosse rather. And now Niagara has possession again. Reed, he gives it off to Favero. This is 4 new players on the floor for Niagara. Different look here. They get it to Edwards, 66. Edwards, try to use the pick and roll. They need a shot. 2 on the clock. Needs a shot. They go to the short side, and that's a late shot. Well wide of the mark anyways, so no shot and a shot clock violation. So the 2 penalized players, Curran and Thinehouse, are out of the penalty box. 5-on-4 power play now for 30 seconds for the Niagara Lock Monsters. Southwest with the ball. They've only put in 2 today, which is the lowest so far in C-Lax history of this very early campaign and C-Lax season. Only 2. They put up 13 and 14 goals respectively in their first 2 games for a total of 27, but they only have 2 this afternoon. With the ball, Edwards. Edwards spins away from traffic, gets it back up top. Now it's Robertson. Jordan Robertson, the blast, into the stick of Wendy, and he just pops it up like a field goalie and makes that rebound save. The pass out of the reach of Daly. He got a stick on it, but Thinehouse takes control. Now it's on the back of Daly, looking for that loose ball. Niagara finds it, and it comes right up top. 2-on-1 Niagara. Back in top, Fowler to the crease again, and they score! Nifty back and forth passing play by the Niagara Lock Monsters to stretch the lead to 7. Not going the way for the Southwest Cyclops here at the Meridian Center. Has watched this one once again, 2-on-1. But they could have shot a few times. Instead, they elect to go back to the crease, and Wendy's just way out of position. And he couldn't get back across to make the save. The score, 9-2 in favor of the Niagara Lock Monsters, who had a morning practice here at the Meridian Center at 10:30 this morning. Maybe that helped. Able to get their legs going a little bit early here in their home opener in front of a great crowd. 500 fans or so here in attendance, all on the camera side, which is unfortunate for the viewers at home as they're seeing a lot of empty seats. However, a great crowd here at the Meridian Center. Niagara, good pick and roll. Opening up was Brooker Muir. He didn't get it back, and with possession is Coyle. Coyle, 3 on the shot clock, up to Caputo, who winds and fires, but that's going to go right off the hand of the Southwest defender, and he's just going to run it off to the bench. That was Brady Heseltine who took that shot block. Trying to pick it up. Injured player. Looks like he's favoring his left leg, and that's Patrick Miles. He's also slow to get off the bench. Back comes Caputo, though. Caputo fakes to go to the crease off the dasher board in the glass, high and wide. Picked up by Brad Favero. Favero to Fowler. Couldn't connect. And now Niagara needs to get back on defense as here comes Daly. Daly setting it up on offense for the Southwest Cyclops. They haven't had a great game so far, only 2 goals to show for it. Daly tried to spin away from traffic, but when he did, he lost possession and went right to the goaltender, Connor Danko. Danko, long stretch pass to the attack line for John Arnold. Niagara gets a full change. They go to the bench side, settling it down, allowing 2 more fresh bodies to come on the floor. 10 minutes exactly remaining here in the third quarter on C-Lax 2. Spencer Tangway here to call today's game along with the rest of our broadcast crew. Off the goaltender, jumped out. Brooker Muir, the New England Black Wolf draft pick, has that. One of their last cuts of the roster for this year's campaign. So look for him in the future years to be playing in the National Lacrosse League. Also an excellent hockey player. Played for a few teams here in the Greater Ontario Junior Hockey League around the Niagara region, as well as for the Guelph Hurricanes. As now, back comes DiFrancesco. That pass was intended right for Dan Keene, but it went off an Niagara stick, and Danko takes control. Danko up to the very lengthy Reed. Reed, once again, 2-on-1 for the Lock Monsters. Reed to Edwards, back to Reed. Now it's a 3-on-2 to Brooker Muir. Better stop, as Muir had lots of time to shoot that one on the 3-on-2. He gets the rebound back, though. Muir, he's being bothered by Jordy Jones-Smith, and he has to get off for a change, as he looked like he could use a little medical attention. 15 on the shot clock. The only back shot clock is working. The one behind the net of the Southwest goaltender is not running, but now there's 8 on the shot clock. Niagara needs a shot. 5 on the clock. Looks like possession is just going to be awarded to Southwest as Niagara will be unable to get a shot. Be sure to follow JVI Video on Twitter and tweet us your 3-star selections of today's game. 8 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. The score 9-2 for the Niagara Lock Monsters. Something the Southwest Cyclops have not seen yet so far in this season. Their one loss was a very close loss as they got a chance there. Danko couldn't make the save as the long blast from outside hit the post and bounced right between the legs of Danko and went back up top. Danko didn't know where it was, and they score. So 9-3 the score now, as we'll get you another look at that one. Watch when it hit the post. The first shot's the one that beat Danko, really. Off the post, Danko's looking and confused and doesn't know where it is. Unfortunate goal for Connor Danko and the Niagara Lock Monsters. However, that could be the spark the Southwest Cyclops needed if they want to get back in today's game. So now the face-off of the dot. There are 2 players battling for it. That's Edwards and Corbett. One back by Edwards, and now it's Corley Fowler. Fowler on the breakaway. Shot. Tried to go up top, but it was Craig Wendy standing tall. Wendy pushes it up the floor to Bryden Curran. Curran over to the far side. Looks to shoot, doesn't though. Back to Curran. There's a long blast. Off the leg of number 10 for the Niagara Lock Monsters. That's Mitch Dumont. Dumont to Fowler to the far side. They score! Transitional goal started with a block from Mitch Dumont, and now they regain that 7-goal lead. Niagara Lock Monsters putting on an offensive clinic here at the Meridian Center. Watch this one again. Corey Fowler finding the far side. Quick break for the just quick release on that transition goal. Lock Monsters, 10 goals here in the third quarter already, and there's still 7 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in this third frame. So we go back to the dot. Edwards and Corbett. Edwards has won the majority of the draws today, but Corbett wins that one, and it's picked up by the Lock Monsters, though, as Southwest had possession, but now it's in control of Dustin Gatt. Gatt, of course, his father owned the iconic lacrosse store in St. Catharines, just down the road here from the Meridian Center. Unfortunately, the store is closed, and now there's no more Gatter Sports here in St. Catharines. One of those places lacrosse enthusiasts could go to get their lacrosse fix 24/7, even in the winter time. But now, you're either going to the ILA or you're going to Check Sports here in St. Catharines as well. There's a shot and they score. They beat Connor Danko, who was sliding across. That's DiFrancesco who put that one home. DiFrancesco, the left-handed shot, got the best of Connor Danko there. As we'll take another look. Connor Danko sliding across from his right to his left to just try and cut away that angle, as we'll see. It's a quick release. DiFrancesco behind the D caught wide open. And DiFrancesco made no mistake to go short side as Danko was almost in time. But they score, and now it's a 10-4 lead for the Niagara Lock Monsters. You're just joining us here on C-Lax 2. Spencer Tangway to call today's game. This is the home opener for the Niagara Lock Monsters. Bryden Curran was going to the net hard, but he was being looked after by Coyle. Curran gets it back. They go to the crease. Back up top, they try a long shot from Ward. Blocked. Danko made the right pad save. They go again. Danko rebound save, and it's behind him. But we're going to get a stoppage and a TV timeout. What a save by Danko to keep it a 10-4 lead. We'll be back with more third quarter action here at the Meridian Center. back inside the Meridian Center here. The score 10-4 in favor of the Niagara Lock Monsters. Niagara with the control. There's a shot off Wendy's foot up in the air. Picked up by the defense for Southwest, and they're coming back 2-on-1. They tried to find Curran. Curran the shot. Excuse me, that was Jordy Jones-Smith, the right-handed shot. Off the left shoulder of Connor Danko. Loose ball picked up. Still battling for it on the turf, and it's picked up by Mitch Dumont. Dumont to Fowler. Fowler gets it across to the far side. 5 minutes, 38 seconds remaining, and that'll draw some sparks. A penalty coming against Southwest, but he doesn't want anything of it. That is the Southwest Cyclops, number 22, Blair Goss. Doesn't want to fight Mitch Reed. As now, Niagara sets up possession again. There's a shot. Controlled as now Reed wants to fight Goss. More fighting happening now in the front of the netminders. The two players coming together. Gatter getting in there, number 89, Dustin Gatt. But tensions are going to die down here, and just a penalty coming against Southwest. And that should be a checking from behind penalty, but they're going to call it roughing instead. Interesting call on the roughing. I would have called that checking from behind or boarding, but they call it a roughing. So Blair Goss, number 22, sits down for the Southwest Cyclops, sending Brendan Thanehouse and the Niagara Lock Monsters power play back to work. Lock Monsters already up by 6 goals here in the third quarter. The score is 10-4 with 5:16 remaining here in the third frame. Thanehouse gets it to the far side through Slade. Slade gets it back up top. Thanehouse back up top. Thanehouse, quick give and go. Across the crease. What a save by Wendy. Absolutely robbing Corey Fowler. Long stretch pass. Too many men called. So that will be a too many men turnover against the Southwest Cyclops. That is something they definitely did not need. So as we'll take a look at what happened after the too many men, but right before that, what a chance by the Niagara Lock Monsters. Great ball movement. Watch the bottom left of your screen. That's where it's going to go. Bottom left, quick save as they got a quick release from Slade, but a better save coming from Craig Wendy. So too many men call against the Southwest Cyclops, and now it's a 5-on-3 for the Niagara Lock Monsters, something you don't want to see if you're the Cyclops fans here at the Meridian Center. They're already down by 6, and there's 4:58 remaining in the third quarter. So you'll see Dumont. They'll play the 4-on-3 with the high guy up at half. 4-on-3, opening up that crease. They do. Southwest trying to just keep the shots outside. They did, but it's a goal, and that is Phil Caputo. Phil Caputo make it 11 for Niagara with 4:43 to go. Craig Wendy really didn't have a chance as we get another look at that outside blast from Phil Caputo. A power play marker. It's a 5-on-3. He's at the top right of your screen. He's going to shoot right here. Phil Caputo, just an underhand blast 5-hole. Through the legs of Craig Wendy, who lets in his 11th of today's game and his first C-Lax start. That one beat Danko, but it couldn't fall into the net as a good defensive effort coming back from Jordan Heltby. Here's Edwards. Edwards to the far side. Caputo gets his goal announced by Rod Mahood. Thanehouse gets the lone assist. Now it goes to the far side. Thanehouse has it back. He winds and fires. That one just wide. And Southwest has control. Dan Keene. Dan Keene spins away from traffic, gets it to Bryden Curran. Curran gets around Fowler, and now they're into the offensive end. Curran to the far side, can't get it. In after that, that's Ward, number 11. Heseltine also in there. Battleford continues, picked up by Southwest. 10 on the shot clock. Dumont is in there for Niagara, trying to scoop that one away. Picked up by Niagara. Now they get a fresh 30, and out they come over half. Here's Brad Favero, the left-handed shot, played in St. Catharines. Also played for the St. Catharines Saints. Favero left it for Thanehouse. And Thanehouse just gets it to the far side. Brooker Muir gets the fans clapping here at the Meridian Center. Muir up top. Long blast coming, better save as he pushed that one to the heavens, and he gets his own rebound. The pass was intended for number 22, Blair Goss, but it's out of the reach. Heseltine is the only Cyclops player there, gets it to Blair Goss. Heseltine behind the nets. 30-second resets. They're trying to kill off the penalties. The penalty expires right at this time now, so they get a full 30. And now we're back to 5-on-5 action. 11-4 the score. Blair Goss still with possession here. Cuts to the middle. Danko holds his ground. Niagara doing a fantastic job taking away all these passing lanes and keeping Blair Goss on a standstill well outside the shooting mark. Goss looks to the middle. Can't connect with Daly. Niagara collapses. They take over. Coming out of the bench, Thanehouse. He's running with it. Thanehouse looks to shoot. Scores! Thanehouse makes it a 12-4 lead right over the shoulder of the Cyclops netminder. And now this is where we might see a goaltender change if you're the head coach, Tony Carvello of the Southwest Cyclops. Niagara absolutely having great time here in the home opener as we see Thanehouse looking for a look pass. Rather, he just takes a shot though and beats Craig Wendy over the left shoulder. Wendy, who is a senior B player in Ontario in the summer of 2015, not having a great debut here in C-Lax. Ball back up top. Here's Arnold. Arnold's been in on a few this afternoon. The score 12-4 if you're just joining us here at the Meridian Center. They get it to the far side. Here's Slade. Slade looks to shoot, but he elects to pass it. Couldn't connect. To the far side, back to the near side, off the wall. Wendy goes down and makes the save. Controls his own rebound. It comes to the near wall. Here's Bryden Curran. Curran. Thanehouse gets the unassisted goal. And now it's Curran with the Cyclops. Starting it up on offense, Dan Keene. Keene gets it to the far side. Looks to shoot. Bouncer well wide of the net. For some reason, the referee is saying that hit Conrad ankle, and they're getting a reset. 5 on the shot clock, but they get a full reset. They go to the crease. Danko once again makes the save. Danko goes to the far side now, and here comes the Niagara Lock Monsters through half through Slade, Brendan Slade. 3-on-3 lacrosse up top. Blast from Brooker Muir off the crossbar, went bar down, but did not cross the goal line, and back to get it is Tim Edwards. Edwards, he gives it to Brooker Muir, who almost made it 13-4 here at the Meridian Center and stretched the lead to 9. Under 60 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Ball up top. Here's the left-handed shot, Dustin Gatt. Gatt down low to the near side. There's a blast. Right pad save, picked up in the crease. And Niagara able to pull it out of the zone and get a fresh 30 with control. That's Zach Reed. Reed for Tim Edwards. Edwards just gives it off to the newly appointed Niagara Lock Monster number 88. And now Edwards gets it back and scores. For the 13th time this afternoon, we hear the goal horn, and it's a 9-goal lead for the Lock Monsters. Cyclops fans absolutely not loving any of this, as the score is 13-4 in favor of the hometown Niagara Lock Monsters. Nico Baudouin goes to the dot against Corbett. Baudouin still trying to find that loose ball. He picks it up and he's got it on the back of his stick. And no, actually, he fooled everyone, including me. Corbett had him, then he had a shot on goal, and now Phil Caputo comes back the other way. Phil Caputo takes it to the net, slows it down, and allows for a little offensive set with only 10 on the clock. 8 seconds remaining. Ball's up top. Long blast. That's wide. And a minor possession call. 1 on the clock. Curran's going to elect to pass instead of shoot, and that was the wrong decision, as the score after 3 quarters of play, Niagara 13 and the Southwest Cyclops only 4. 15 minutes still to play here at the Meridian Center. We'll be back with that quarter in just a few minutes. Only 15 minutes to go. Who do you think will be your 3 stars of the game? Be sure to tweet at JVI Video, and we'll try to get you on today's broadcast with your thoughts and who you think today's 3 stars of the game will be. 15 minutes to go here, though, and right now, Connor Danko and the Niagara Lock Monsters are up by 9, 13-4 the score. If you're just joining us here on C-Lax TV2, Spencer Tangway and the broadcast crew live at the Meridian Center, downtown St. Catharines, home of the Niagara Ice Dogs, but also home of the Niagara Lock Monsters. Niagara gets the ball. Here's Dustin Gatt. Gatt goes to the crease. Niagara cuts to the middle, but they're called for being in the crease. As they said, Craig England stepped inside the line. Southwest takes over, and it's Patrick Corbett. Corbett on the bounce pass. Up to Jordy Jones-Smith. They go to the far side. Daly tried to set a seal, long blast. That's tipped. Connor Danko steps behind the net, and he'll just take over on that rebound. Back and forth lacrosse so far here in the fourth quarter, but if you look at the score, a completely lopsided game for the hometown Lock Monsters, who are en route to pick up their first 2 points of the season, as they're coming into today's game with a record of 0-2, with their last loss coming against the Southwest Cyclops just on Friday night. Don Alton into the net now for the Southwest Cyclops as he came in to start the fourth quarter. Alton made his first save of the game right there. And now it's Brady Heseltine. Heseltine, 14, spins away from Brandon Slade, but picking it up is Bryden Curran. Dan Keene rather now has possession. Keene with 25 on the shot clock. Dishes it off up top. They go to the far side. Keene wants it back on the near side. Gets it back, cuts to the middle. 3 Lock Monsters collapse on him, and that's all the way back up top. With possession now, here's the Southwest Cyclop number 9, Nick Grasby. Grasby to the far side. Gets it low, the shot. Short side, bouncer off the post. The rebound couldn't be controlled. Danko just gets it, and now Niagara gets a shot clock violation, and they take over. 12:55 remaining here at the Meridian Center. Be sure to tweet us your 3 stars of today's game. We'll get to those at the end of today's broadcast. We'll try to get your thoughts and your picks in today's game in this very lopsided 13-4 affair. One other game happening at C-Lax this afternoon. Matthew Carrick and the broadcast team from the Barrie Blizzard home opener when they're playing against the Oswego Demons this afternoon at the Barrie Molson Center, and also a 2 p.m. start time there. Niagara getting it to Caputo. Caputo gets shoved into the boards. Don Alton, the netminder, sticking his stick out and thought he had control, but now a penalty coming against Niagara as Alton got his stick smacked, and now Caputo shoving Jacob Kranz behind the play. But I believe it's just going to be a minor penalty coming against Phil Caputo, and it's for slashing the netminder in his crease. So Caputo goes off for slashing. And the Southwest Cyclops. Take a look at Dan Keene on this power play. 8 goals in 2 games. And right now, the Southwest Cyclops only have 4 goals in over 45 minutes in today's game. Keene only has 1. Back up top. Here's Heseltine. Through Dan Keene. They're really cycling here on the off-ball side, trying to open up a lane for Dan Keene. Jordan Dance the shot. That's tipped wide, and it's out of play. Niagara gets possession. Niagara looking down the floor. Mitch Dumont. Niagara has a 2-on-1 here on this penalty kill. Caputo's in the box. Goaltender interference if you're just joining us. Spencer Tangway and the broadcast team. Dumont behind the net. He has Heseltine and Spanger on him. Just killing time. 10 on the shot clock to kill. Heseltine back up top. Gets pushed over, so back over is the call. Brooker Muir, the lone Niagara Lock Monster back, and he's got Patrick Corbett coming down. Here's Corbett. Settles it down for Dan Keene up top. They set up in the power play formation. Corbett up top. They have DiFrancesco in the low corner. They just give it back. Dance back to Keene. That shot blocked by the Lock Monster. And Brooker Muir got interfered with, but no call. No shot clock reset, though, so they only have 5 on the clock. Heseltine looks to wind and fire, but Denko just went down to take away the low shot. That pass intended for Muir, way out of the reach, and Donaldson comes out to take control. Donaldson flips it up for Dan Keene. 10 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Only 30 on the power play, though. Not a good shot opportunity so far for the Southwest power play. They haven't even scored a goal yet on the power play this afternoon. Down low to the crease. Back up to Corbett. Corbett up to Dan Keene, who winds and fires. Saved by Connor Danko, and John Zabo, the official and crew chief, waves it off as Danko almost fell back into the goal line. So we try to figure out where it is in Connor Danko, but they have possession. And coming out with it is Zach Reed. Reed with some speed goes to the bench side, loses control. Corbett back, and now they have a 1-on-0 break. Corbett on Danko, the shot, wide over the net. Stays high and wide, and now coming out of the box is Phil Caputo, back to 5-on-5. Picked up by Corbett, the shot unsuccessful. Danko has that loose ball. And now another penalty coming as John Watson, the official in the back, is making a penalty against the Niagara Lock Monsters. Patrick Corbett, though, what a player. He is 4 goals, 1 assist in 2 games. But if we had another category, we would talk about his face-off percentages. First 2 games, his percentages well over the 50% mark for Southwest. And on Friday night at the C-Lax Community Center, he was upwards towards 75-80%. So a very excellent draw man. He's one of the best in the C-Lax, all 5 teams, and he's one of the best in the game. Key notables for C-Lax draw men, of course, is Atwood, Mike Atwood, number 43 for the Oswego Demons. He's one of the best. He played for the St. Catharines Saints, the host of the 2015 President's Cup at the Jack Gatecliff Arena, where the Saints fell in the semifinals to the Capital Region Axemen, who went on to fall just a little bit short to the Six Nations Rivermen in that gold medal game. A lot of players playing in the Senior B loop, including the goaltender that got pulled for the visiting Southwest Cyclops in Craig Wendy. Here comes Dan Keene, though. Keene, the intentional pass to the corner, went off a Niagara stick, and now it's a battle for it in the near corner. A second remaining on the shot clock, and that'll do it. Tension starting to flare in the corner as Dan Keene's in there trying to separate, but Dumont wants a piece of the Southwest player number 33, Patrick Corbett. Nothing coming from it, though. 9:18 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Niagara getting it up the floor. Dustin Gatt. Gatt killing off the penalty as that one just squeaks into the crease of Don Alton. Alton looking down the floor. That bounce pass. Keene had to use his body to control, and Dustin Gatt's able to take over. Dustin Gatt spins away from Dan Keene. Keene, the very offensive player, using his slash to shovel off Dustin Gatt as Gatt gets away from 2. He's the only one in front of the goaltender, and he scores! Dustin Gatt beats Don Alton, and he gets his first goal of the game. Dustin Gatt, an individual effort. He ran the entire offensive zone, shoveling off a couple of players. It started in the corner. He got past Heseltine and Dan Keene on his wrong side. He's able to go short side, fooling Don Alton. And now the lead is 10. No one would have expected this here at the Meridian Center this afternoon. 10-goal lead for the hometown Niagara Lock Monsters as they're coming back again. They get it to Brooker Muir, and that one squeaked through Don Alton, but it's just wide of the net. And now Brooker Muir is heading to the penalty box. Brooker Muir, an undisciplined slashing call. So now another power play coming for the Southwest Cyclops. Muir in the box, a minor penalty for slashing with 8 minutes 33 seconds to go. Another 5-on-3 look for the Southwest Cyclops, who has been absolutely horrendous on the power play this afternoon. Yet to score. Dan Keene has it. Dan Keene gets it up top. They elect to go with all 5 players in on this 5-on-3 opportunity. No player back. We'll try to find who will get the next goal. Maybe it's Dan Keene. He's been very quiet tonight, but he might be one of the 3 stars as Danko, definitely one of my 3-star selections, gets beat for the 5th time this afternoon, but it's expected on a 5-on-3. Not much the goalie can do there. You can, though, tweet us who you think will be the 3 stars of today's game. Be sure to tweet us your thoughts and your picks at JVI Video as we take another look. Connor Danko, just standing on his head all night long, had no one there to help him but his equipment, and he got a piece of it, but not enough. So with that goal, the lead is now once again back to 9, and there's only 8 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. This lead is pretty much almost too much to handle if you're a Southwest Cyclop. But you never know. But back comes the other way. Here's Tim Edwards. Edwards tried to go over top of Don Alton, and that didn't work. Alton, a very big, tall netminder. Didn't get beat up top now, and now with the ball, it's number 20 for the Cyclops, and that is Patrick Miles. Miles to Corbett. Here's Corbett. Gets it off to Dan Keene. Keene gets it wants it back with a touch pass. Keene looks to shoot. Toe save from Connor Danko. Off the official John Zabon. It's back up top. Corbett couldn't find it. Danko just stuck his stick out, and they're called for being in the crease. We've played exactly half of this fourth quarter, rather. 7:30 gone by, 7:30 to go. Looking for the loose ball, it's Zach Reed, and number 27 for the Cyclops in Connor Daly. Goss, he finds that loose ball though and gets a full, fresh 30. Running up on the bench side, Heseltine and Daly go off for a change, and they just flip it off. Here's Dan Keene. Keene and Heseltine play catch on a nifty hit into ball trick, but it's down low with Heseltine. Corbett coming off the bench through Dan Keene. They go to the far side. Keene looks to shoot. That's why. No shot. Off the dasher board, and it's back all the way to half. 3 on the clock. That's a errant pass, and now it's up to Tim Edwards. Edwards, who's wearing 66, the Mario Lemieux number here this afternoon, goes to the crease, and he's called for stepping inside the paint. But with 6 minutes and 34 seconds to go, we'll step aside here on C-Lax TV2. 14-5 the score in favor of the Lock Monsters. Back inside the Meridian Center. 6.5 minutes to go. Southwest with the ball. They go to the net. Dan Keene dives across, and Danko just couldn't get it in time, and they score. Dan Keene tried to really get the team back, and he did with that goal. We'll take a look in just a second here as we try to get your replay. Dan Keene, though, interesting crease dive, and it was a very great individual effort here as we'll take a look. 77 gets that quick pass and just dumps across the crease. Danko couldn't control and couldn't make the big save. Corbin now wins the draw. They're coming with some pressure. 14-6. 25 on the shot clock. Now it's back up top. Southwest has it, but they're Their worst enemy right now is themselves, as they can't really set up on offense. As they try to do a wrist shot one-timer, Corbett has it back now on the near side. Goes across, Danko on his knees, but he's able to shrug his shoulders up and make the big save. One of his numerous big saves of the night. Here's Coyle. Coyle, he's going to get pushed into the boards as he's being bothered by Spanger and Corbett. 3 Southwest players in there and 2 Lock Monsters. But now the possession in favor of the Southwest Cyclops. Southwest with Spanger. He goes off for a change. And now it's in control of Dan Keene. Keene had the last goal, and he looks for another. They're down by 8 with just over 5.5 to go. Dance, he's been held off the score sheet this afternoon as well. He's got a couple, but not much. 2 goals for him is not very good, as he's already got 8 on the campaign, 10 after today's game, unless he gets a few more. Niagara with possession. Gets it down low to Robertson. Robertson, number 6. Waiting for some more Lock Monsters to come on as both teams are making a change. They go through Arnold to the far side, back to Brandon Slade, who's cutting through the middle, and they get it all the way up top to Brooker Muir. Muir down to Robertson. Muir cutting through, trying to get open on the far crease, can't. No pick coming for Robertson, and they run out of time on the shot clock. So no good look for the Lock Monsters there, but they only have to kill off 4.5 minutes to go in today's game. One other game, of course, happening today. Barrie hosting the Oswego Demons in a rematch of last year's championship game at the Barrie Molson Center. 13 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 10 on the clock. They need something. The ball squirts out. Looks like controlling is Jordy Jones-Smith. That pass was intended down low to DiFrancesco, picked off by the Lock Monsters, and here they come back the other way. Niagara down low. Settling it down, they go right through the middle. Baudouin, he can't get a good shot off, and he just rolls behind the net. Nico Baudouin goes to the net. That shot's high and wide, and it's controlled by Reese Board. Board gets it up, and now a big hit right in front of the timekeeper's bench. And now another big hit, but a minor interference possession call coming in favor of the Niagara Lock Monsters. Niagara with possession, 3.5 minutes to go here, and they're looking like they're going to pick up their first win of the season. Here's Coyle to the far side, shot off the dasher board and glass, and they control the Southwest Cyclops possession. Here's Jacob Kranz. Setting up on offense. 15 on the clock, down low, Danko, he holds his ground. Better save, though. 3 minutes exactly remaining. 25 on the shot clock. 20 on the clock now. Goes to the far side. 15 seconds. Danko just steps out of his crease to pick it up. 25 on the clock. Niagara gets it, and they come right in front of the timekeeper's bench. With possession, they go to the far side. Here's Favero cutting to the middle. They get it off, and they hit the post, but they couldn't beat Don Alton, as Don Alton, his post, his number one friend, made that save for him. Favero goes to the far side to the captain, Mitch Dumont. 2 minutes exactly here remaining. Slade to the far side. Niagara the shot, and they score. The Lock Monsters Barrie once again. And now that's a 15-6 lead for Niagara with 2:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Don Alton came in relief, but it's not his night either, as they're able to score once again. A bounce shot from outside beats him 5-hole. And those are one of those goals that the goaltenders are going to want back every single time. But, unfortunate break. So, Mitch Dumont gets the goal for the Niagara Lock Monsters. And Fowler picks up the assist, as well as number 22, Brandon Slade. Niagara is going to go on to win their first game of this 2016 C-Lax campaign. Minute and a half to go. Southwest only have 6 goals on today's game. That'll be the lowest in the league so far, as they put up 13 and 14, very respectable amounts for the lacrosse game in their first 2 games at the C-Lax, but on the road, they've only been able to muster up 6 goals here against the Niagara Lock Monsters. There's a shot. Danko goes down and makes the save. And now, possession awarded right back to Niagara as they come up on the near side. Here's Brendan Thanehouse. Thanehouse, former National Lacrosse League player. Niagara gets a shot, and Coyle picks up the rebound. 60 seconds to go. Fans are starting to make some noise here at the Meridian Center. Home opener, the Niagara Lock Monsters lead 15-6. Thanehouse winds and fires. Alton's way out of his net to make that save. Thanehouse gets his own rebound, though, and controls. Brendan Thanehouse down low into the corner to Coyle to Nico Bodwin. What a save by Don Alton, though. Picked up by Blair Goss. Niagara lazy to get back here, even though they have that 9-goal lead. Picked up. 20 seconds remaining. We'll bring you today's play of the game, and we'll also bring you the 3 stars selected by you, the fans, of course, and members of C-Lax committee here at the Meridian Center, and all the fans in attendance. Over 500 strong Niagara residents here to bring in the 15-6 win, as Coyle got caught up with Jordan Dance, but they respect each other. Final score, 15-6 in favor of the Lock Monsters. Niagara wins. Here is today's play of the game, and we go back to the big man, and it's number 88, Craig England. What an individual effort. Diving across the crease, goes through 3 or 4 Southwest Cyclops, and buries on Craig Owendi. So Matt Atwood and the Niagara Lock Monsters go to 1-2 on the campaign, thanks to an excellent performance by Connor Danko and the Lock Monsters, also known as the Sea Beasts of Niagara, whereas the Southwest Cyclops fall now to 1-2 as well. Final score, though, it is going to be the Lock Monsters 15 goals and the Southwest Cyclops only 6. Looking back on Friday, they had 6 heading in to the latter half of the second quarter, but tonight, only 6 after 60 minutes of play, thanks to the strong play from Connor Danko and net for the Niagara Lock Monsters. Right now, let's take a look at today's 3 stars of the game. And we just saw the big man, Craig England, in today's play of the game. He gets the 3rd star. He had a few goals, a couple assists, but a great defensive effort from Craig England as well. So the Lock Monsters can turn to him, a new addition for the Lock Monsters. Our 2nd star of the game, though, and that is Corey Fowler, the leading scorer and leading goal scorer for the Niagara Lock Monsters. He came in with 8 goals. He's going to walk away with 11 after today's game. And the 1st star, no one other than the netminder, Connor Danko. Danko, of course, over 45 saves in today's game and only 6 goals against. The lower his goals against average to below 7 on this campaign. Fans, we thank you for tuning in to C-Lax Television 2. Your final score, once again, from the Meridian Center, the Niagara Lock Monsters, 15 goals, and the Southwest Cyclops only picked up 6. Spencer Tanquay signing off from the Meridian Center. Stay tuned, we're going to send you live to the Barry Molson Center for the conclusion of the Barry Blizzard of Week the game.
There from C-Lax. And then Jacob straight for C-Lax, gave him a shot. Goes over to the far side. Caravello. Oh, that one bounced between the legs of Lazor before going up off the glass. Caravello will get it back. Wiles. That's the corner. Oh, from his belly, gets the shot away. And Lazor with the save. That one goes high into the screening, and Wiles gets up slowly. Brad MacArthur wants them to spread the floor. It looks like is the call. They do just that over far side for C-Lax. And it'll be intercepted. Again, effectively a 4-on-4 in that offensive set as there were two down this way. Kenny Aaron into the corner. Ian Martin was one of those. Him and Jason Crawford were hanging out down in this end. As Corey Thompson passes over for Wayne Hill, running under the rebound that went sky high. Ian Martin. 4 to play, 1-goal lead for the Barrie Blizzard. They're up 17-16 here at the Barrie Molson Center. Mo Bissell gives for Ian Martin. Martin now over top of Crawford, passes back for Bissell. He looks 5-hole, and Neil Roberts makes another save. Outlet pass down the floor. Oh, what a pickup for Jason Crawford. Looked like he touched it in the crease. Ran through trying to play it anyways. It is now an 8-goal run for the Barrie Blizzard. That matches the 8-goal run that the Oswego Demons went on earlier. Last time, Blue Hill steps in the crease. Last time Oswego scored was with, 49 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So it was a full 15 minutes earlier for Barrie. And closing in on that mark here for Oswego. As they start to gasp a little bit, maybe on that bench. Shot from Caravello rings off the pipe. Seeing a lot of 22s here in the dying minutes. Bounce shot attempt now from Shane Scott. That one gets caught up in Lazor. He's going to wrap this pass around his man. As here comes Luke Smith. Transition opportunity for Oswego, and as Neil Roberts has been finding his confidence, you can see him stepping higher up in the crease, and he makes another save there. Wiles, number of fakes before the goal, and he took a late shot, so Wiles gets into the ear hole of Ian Martin. But it's a 2-goal lead off this finish. A dandy from Caleb Wiles. Just his second goal of the game, if you believe that. And we go back to the face-off dot. Jacobs and Gillen again. And Gillen looked like won the face-off, batted it back to Koger, who's having difficulty getting it to settle down. Tyler Roach now with an assist to go along with that goal. And here's Scott. Teeter, a late arrival as he comes in now. Again, a lot of 4-on-4 here as there's a pair down the floor. Ian Martin, it looks like Cody McLeod. Here comes the shot. Oh, beat the shot clock and almost rolled through the legs of Martin, but it just goes wide. Looking to come up over center is Corey Thompson. Thompson back up top. Rudy George now looking for Mo Bissell. Bissell with Boucher on him. Bissell to Atwood. He ran out of room. So shot clock ticks down to 6. McLeod, look at the job he's doing on Chris Atwood as McLeod now looks for the clock. What a defensive set for Cody McLeod, but interference is going to give the ball here to Oswegan. Ian Martin, Mo Bissell. Is that the break that Oswegan needs? In front, no it's not. It's going to bounce too far rather for Rudy George. Up for Tompkins and Teeter all alone. He's going to get the break and the goal. All of a sudden, Barrie doesn't feel so bad. They didn't get that possession call. Worked out of the corner. Goes up for Tompkinson who corrals it, and you can see how wide open Mike Teeter is. One of the last guys you want to leave that wide open, and you can see we're nearing the 60-second mark of regulation time. The hill getting a little steeper here for the Demons as the Blizzard have found their wheels. Blue Hill. It bounces off of Ashton Jacobs, and they're trying to release Ross Smith. He gets run into there by Bissell as Lazor hustles back into the play, and no attempt to play the ball there from Lazor. So he just went after Ross Smith. Smith rolls it all the way back. It's out of the reach of Maudsley. Maudsley looks like he's just almost had words with somebody on the bench. Now Teeter does. So he gives a fist bump to Ian Martin. Keep your eye on the benches here. Looks like a big chuckle from Teeter though, so it may be okay. They're discussing this possession call. 23.3 seconds on the clock, 19-16. It will be a penalty shot for Barrie. I think the call might be on that with the goalie out. Lazor went after Ross Smith. And it'll be Shane Scott to take it. 10-goal run for the Barrie Blizzard. Shane Scott already with 4. As he gets his instructions. Jake Lazor already with his. Scott to the far side. He'll now cut back. Faked high, went low, and it rolls through the wickets. Give Shane Scott 5. Make it 20 for Barrie. Not that long ago, the Niagara Lock Monsters, when they were rolling over everybody, they used to hit 20 on a regular basis. And it's been a while since we've seen that number. It may have been that Niagara Lock Monster year, but goodness gracious, the defending champions. They should go to 2. They will go to 2-1 here on the season. The Oswegan Demons back-to-back losses here in week number 2 as the fans salute the boys on the day that they handed out rings and raised the championship banner, and everybody rushing to meet Neil Roberts. He'll get his first C-Lax victory, a well-earned one as well, as Spencer James wants another souvenir ball. This one for Neil Roberts, who replaced Rance Vigneault That was the big question mark, was between the pipes here for the Barrie Blizzard. A number of huge saves for Roberts down the stretch, and Angus Donnelly walks down the tunnel with a huge smile on his face. 20-16, your final score from the Barrie Molson Center. The Barrie Blizzard knock off the Oswegan Demons. The second time this season they've done that. However, the Oswegan Demons will travel no further no further east than the QEW the rest of the way, as they'll play either ILA, St. Catharines, or Paris from here on out. A reminder, Niagara Lock Monsters, Southwest Cyclops on C-Lax TV2, and of course 5 games to get caught up on from this week. And what a week it has been here in C-Lax number 2. Quick check of the schedule. It is a bit of a weak one here for C-Lax as we look ahead to next weekend. 2 games on Friday. Barrie will travel to Southwest to face the Cyclops. The Durham Turf Dogs at the ILA against the Oswegan Demons, who I imagine will have a lot of practice to do. That'll do it for our audio coverage. We'll leave you with some images inside a very celebratory Barrie Molson Center ball toss time on the blue turf. The Blizzard pick up another victory. Our director today has been Jeremy Hogle, producer Gary Morrison. On behalf of them and our fantastic crew and everyone involved with the Canadian Lacrosse League, I'm Matthew Carrick. Ladies and gentlemen, we will talk to you next week.